Hey guys, my name is Laura Wilkins, and today I want to talk about one of my favorite hobbies, which is traveling. I kind of want to go over some places that I've already visited, as well as some future plans to see some other beaches and places around the United States. But first, I want to talk about kind of a little bit about myself. I graduated from Clifton, which is a very small town south of the Metroplex. And I hadn't seen the world, hadn't left Texas, hadn't been on a plane, was, I would say, probably sheltered in most people's opinion. The most I had honestly seen was Waco, which was about 30 minutes from where I graduated, which now, if you're familiar with the show Fixer Upper, is about really all it's famous for, and anything else is probably something you don't want to be associated with. So once I broke out of Waco, I moved to the Metroplex where I met my husband, and my biggest fear was getting on a plane. So of course, to travel, one of the things that you have to do is get on a plane. If you can go by cruise and things like that, which I'll talk about later, but I had to conquer this fear to see the world. So for my 21st birthday, I met him when I was 19, and for my 21st birthday, he was like, "You love the beach, we've seen stuff around Texas, which doesn't really do beaches justice. We're gonna go to Mexico, so we're gonna fly there." And I was like, okay, I was super excited, super anxious, had a lot of mixed feelings, but it was my 21st birthday, so we're gonna spend it in Mexico. I was super excited. So we get on the plane, everything goes great, goes smoothly, get to see the beach, have an amazing time. We stayed at, where did we stay at? Cabo. We stayed in Cabo San Lucas, and we stayed at Riu Palace, and we've now gone back 3 or 4 times, and it was so beautiful. The only downfall there was we couldn't really get into the ocean as much as we would have hoped to then. Unfortunately, there was bad weather at the time, so another fun fact about myself is I'm not the strongest swimmer. He used to be a lifeguard, so he always tries to encourage me that he's there, but no, I already conquered the fear of flying. Conquering the ocean is going to be another time. So first trip, I would say we had a great experience, loved it, like I said, have returned numerous times. The next trip I want to talk about is one that was in the United States. It was probably our most recent visit. It was our most recent visit, yeah. Was Las Vegas. And oh my gosh, we had the best time. We saw things that I would have never seen in Clifton, America. We got to zip line over Fremont Street, which is kind of like a mini main strip, and we stayed at the Golden Nugget, which had a huge casino, which I should have thought of this before we have gone, but every hotel was gonna have a casino, but ours went out right into the strip, so we had everything right at our access. We saw tons of cool street performers. Some were playing saxophone, some were singing, some were doing magic. So every day was a new experience. And I also got to do that trip with my dad, who is not in the best health. So it was a really great experience to get to see him, seeing all the lights and seeing the shows and things like that. Is something I know I'm definitely going to cherish for forever. The next trip I want to talk about was one that is also pretty recent. I just got married to my husband this past September, and I told him I want to go, so I don't care where we go, but I want to go somewhere for a week. And another fact about me is I get super homesick. So he was like, okay, after 2 or 3 days, you're saying, I miss the dogs, you know, let's come home. But I knew it was going to be, you know, it's our honeymoon, we're getting married, we're only going to do this once, I want to go somewhere beautiful, I don't want to have to worry about school, I don't want to have to worry about work, we're finally going to be stress-free from the wedding, and we also had just bought a house and sold our old home, so I needed a week-long break. So the one job I gave my husband amongst all the wedding tasks was to book the honeymoon, which was the most fun part, obviously. But he did great and booked our destination at Jamaica, Negril, Jamaica, which I was super thrilled. Previously, we had only ever gone back and forth to Mexico, so it was another part of the world that we were going to get to go see, a new beach, new people, a completely different kind of culture and environment and food. So I was super thrilled. We booked the honeymoon like 2 hours, or no, not the honeymoon, the flight to our honeymoon, like 2 hours after our ceremony. We got driven away, came to the house, grabbed our bags, went straight to the airport. I think we slept there for like 2 hours and arrived in Jamaica at 9 a.m. So we got there literally as fast as we possibly could. It was the best time ever. The people there were so amazing, so welcoming. It wasn't as the cultural barrier with the language barrier. You know, we were used to Spanish to English. You know, they do have another dialect, but mainly they speak English. So that was great to get to know our what are they called? Our like hosts and things like that much more. That was super nice. The beach was great. In Cabo, the sand is a little bit more rough, so it kind of was rough on our feet, and in Jamaica it was a lot more soft. With the shells there, which is something that I like to collect a lot, they were massive. And in conclusion, with kind of all that I've said and visited, I just really hope that we kind of get to do the same thing and visit future islands like St. Lucia and St. Thomas. And for our 1 year anniversary, we are really hoping to go back to another sandals resort. So I really hope that y'all enjoyed hearing about some of my purest passions and hobbies of traveling. And best of luck to everyone this semester. Bye.